fucking big biggest.
Is that you?
Yeah. Dude, if that was me, I wouldn't be working boxing.
Motherfucker, that you got him. Okay.
Brandon, this way, please. This way, follow me.
You upgraded your strength and conditioning program, and you did a lot of different things, and you're noticing the difference. Did you what CrossFit? What did you do?
I did a lot of running in the morning, sprints, a lot of elastic bands, a lot of tippy-toeing, like soccer players, football players, stuff like that. I was doing a lot of that to won't be so much flat-footed because I noticed that I was always flat-footed and it was like I was heavy on my feet.
Okay.
So this time I'm a little more quicker on my feet. I am more tippy-toe and everything.
So you mixed up low plyometrics.
Yes.
A lot of stuff outdoors.
More plyometric and outdoors and sprinting and everything like that.
You know, Brandon, in the first fight, even when it looked like Mike got to you, it looked like he never hurt you, and that anything that he did was maybe something of your own doing, not being as crisp or being a little sloppy. Would you agree that the things that he was able to do well against you were your fault, anything he did?
Honestly, he came in, he tried to box me, he tried to keep me on his reach, on his bait, but he's going to do that for a while with me because I'm going to keep pressuring you. I'm going to keep at it. I'm going to be right there breathing down your breath. I'm going to be on your right face to face. So he had a hard time. He did a great job when he done it, but maybe for a couple of 5 seconds after that, he had to go back to fight.
Brandon, for this fight, I know you would spar with a couple of your stablemates. You're close to Herbert Acevedo, Pelos Garcia. Does it mean more to you, kind of having a brotherhood with those guys, that they're helping you get ready for a fight like this?
Yeah, it's not only me, they're helping me, but I'm helping them as well because they get in tremendous sparring and they're tremendous sparring pretty much, and they're barely fighting 4 or 6 rounders, so they're getting great sparring. And not only that, but we had another Russian, I forgot his name, but he's like a 147 pounder, and man, that guy is bad. 2-time Olympian. He helped me a lot. Very, very quick, fast, strong. Those Russians, there's no jokes.
And I read on Boxing Scene you work with Angel Hernandez. Memo Heredia. What's the process behind bringing him to camp? What does he bring to the table?
He was the one that was helping me with all the lateral movements and everything. Like I was just got done talking to him. He was the one that brought the lateral movements, keep me more on my feet and everything.
Last thing is, guys, what are your thoughts on Adrian Broner fighting Paulie Malignaggi?
Oh, it's a good fight for either one. What can I say, man? That's between them. He's jumping 2 weight class to go up to him. So there's nothing I can say about that.
Brandon, what were your thoughts on Angel Heredia before you started to work with him, and how has that changed now that you're working with him?
What do you mean? What's my thoughts about him? I never knew the guy, so I can't say nothing about the guy. I don't know who the guy was. I never heard of him or nothing until I seen him train with Marquez. And what he did with Marquez, he made Marquez. I'm not lifting weights because there's no way in hell I lift weights. I'm not doing none of all that crazy stuff. I lift maybe a little bit of weight, but nothing crazy. But other than that, he's a good guy, man. He helps me out. He got me on more quickness on my feet and everything.
What happens if you have to face Marquez sometime in the future?
Hey, if we have to face Marquez, then we face Marquez. It's up to him. I'm not his boss. If whatever he wants to do, if he wants to stay with me, he can stay with me. If he wants to move, he can move. There's other trainers out there we can get. But hopefully he stays with me.
Brandon, is it a little frustrating knowing there's so many good fights for you at 140 now that you finally are fighting at the weight you want, but that you can't get because of the politics of boxing?
Pretty soon, you never know. They're going to have to make the fights. If it's not a big name at 147 for me to move up, 140, I really move to 140. So if there's no big name for me to go up to 147, then Golden Boy and Top Range are going to have to do some adjustment and make some fights.
Is it frustrating, though, from where you sit, that these fights can't get made?
Right now, it's not frustrating because we're still getting fights made. We got Alvarado. We still have him. We got to control him first and handle him first. After that, then if there's no big name at 147 for me to move up, they got to make adjustments.
Seeing Tim Bradley get rocked in his fight with Provodnikov and dropped, does that give you maybe more confidence if you ever fight a guy like him?
What two?
Bradley.
Bradley? Yeah. Bradley is a strong fighter, man. He came out with everything that day. He did a tremendous job. He came out and he shocked the world where he can fight different. And what can I say? He done a great job. If the Russian couldn't knock him out, I think you got to take a bat to knock Bradley out.
Brandon, and Mike Alvarado, he told us that he's going to plan on trying to box you this fight, but you have a way of imposing your fight on your opponents. Do you think he can really do that?
Like I said, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. He's a fighter. Once he fights, he never boxed in his whole entire career. Not even one fight I seen he was boxing. The whole time he's a toe-to-toe guy. So once he get hit, he's going to go back to know what he does best, and that's to fight. So in the middle, at the end of the day, me and him in the center of the ring, we're going to be getting it on again.
You mentioned that you reviewed the fights, the first fight, and you actually said that once you went back and looked, you were kind of surprised, but you noticed some things, you made some mistakes that you want to correct. What were the mistakes?
The mistakes was pulling back. When I came out, I pulled back with my head. I was squared up. Some shots I should have blocked and moved more. That's the only difference is. We're going to be working on head movements. Try not to pull back as much to leave myself open and don't be too much squared up. But like I said, I'm a warrior. I know one way to fight. So I might go back and I might forget everything out the window. In the gym, we practice for this. We say we're going to do that. We say, oh, I'm going to box. I'm going to do this. I'm going to work my jab. But once I get in that ring, it's a whole different story. You go back to knowing what you do best, and that's to fight.
Brandon, that first fight was a fight of the year, and everybody thinks they'll see a duplicate performance. Is there pressure on you to give the fans a show that they're going to talk about for years to come, or is that going to take you out of what you want to do?
There's no pressure. 99% is going to be the same way again. I'm pretty sure. There's no pressure at all. That's just the way we fight, and that's the way he fights. So I'm pretty sure 99% is going to be the same.
When you had a chance to finally watch that tape as a fight fan, what did you think? Was it as good as we thought it was?
It was fucking excellent. It was excellent.
I don't think we can use fucking.
Well, it was excellent. But it was really, really excellent, man. I was in my house. I couldn't believe it. I watched it at least 3 times a night. I watched already since the fight to today. I watch it like more than 400 times, 300 times, man. I watch it every day. Before I wake up in the morning, before I go to the gym, and then before I go to sleep again.
Sure. Are there still things, would you say, I mean, rhetorically speak, I mean, would you say there's still things that you see and go, oh, and you see something, every single time you see something new?
Yeah, every time it's like, man, I hit him with that shot. I could have countered with this one. I could have done this one better. Oh man, I got hit. I pulled my back. I could have dipped that shot. I could have dipped this shot. So every time I watch it, I see something new, and I bring it to the gym. And I told Robert, this is what I messed up on a lot. And he's like, okay, let's work on it.
Awesome. Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hold on for a second. Thank you, guys. Thanks, everybody. This gentleman's got a